Hey guys, Sarah here from Work Life Glue. I'm here with my 11-day-old Bryony here. And I am here for another daycare day video. Basically, daycare day videos are just where I talk about something daycare related. I am a childcare provider going on year 2, so I'm still pretty new, but I've learned a lot and I've done a lot of research and I've just experienced a lot that has helped me learn a lot that I can share with you guys, and I like to help you guys and get the conversation going because we all have different things we can help each other out with. So today I'm going to be talking about how to find good families for your daycare and advertising and things like that. And I just came up with a really quick but detailed list of things you can do to advertise your daycare. That's one of the questions I've gotten the most, is how do you find families? And it can be really hard, and it's hard for me to answer this sometimes because every area is different. Every area uses different platforms and things like that for advertising daycare and finding daycare. But I tried to come up with a pretty comprehensive list of things that at least a few of them you could try. Hopefully all of them, but hopefully this will give you some ideas as well. I'm sure there's other ways you could advertise and find families, but these are things I've seen, and a lot of them I've tried and have worked for me. Now, the very first place I personally go for finding families is social media. In my area, we have a specific Facebook group just for parents and providers to advertise, so it's I think it's a private group, so you have to be accepted, and then parents can post like, I have a 2-year-old, I need these hours in this area Monday through Friday or whatever, and then providers can post like, I have openings, please PM me, or they can give them their website or say email me, and they can get in touch that way, which is really helpful. And then providers can also post on there, we have openings for this age to this age, part-time, full-time, whatever it may be, and you can post pictures. That's really how I got the word out to begin with, and it's been really helpful. And then as well as posting on a group, you can also post on your own personal Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and have people share it, make it public, so that your friends and family can be spreading the word that way too, because everybody has a different group of friends, and if they share it, others can share it, and eventually will probably reach people in your area that may be looking for care, which is really cool. Now, if you do not have a Facebook group in your area already, I would just recommend you start one. One of my good friends is actually the one who started my local one, and it's got thousands of people in it, and it's really cool. So if you can find something like that, or a babysitting group you may be able to advertise on, or things like that, maybe for sale sites, just look at the terms obviously, but those are good places to at least begin. It's pretty easy to advertise on those, and they can reach lots of people very quickly, which is really nice. And a lot of young parents with young kids are on social media, so it's a great place to look. The second place you can advertise are places like Craigslist and care.com. Now, every area is different, so maybe your Craigslist or care.com are not very active, but it's worth just putting an ad out there anyway, just to see, and just be cautious, you know, of who you're meeting and things like that. But those can be great places just to get the word out. Sorry for her grunting. It's really cute. Another place is to reach out for people in your area. So find out who the providers are in your area, whether that's online or you have to call like a child care resource and referral, look in the newspaper, things like that. Just try to find who providers are in your area, in your neighborhood, things like that, and reach out to them and see if they're full. And if they're full, often they will refer people to you. So if they don't have any openings and people call them, they can say, sorry, I don't have any openings, but Sarah down the street does. And this has worked really well. I know a lot of providers in my area. We actually have our own separate Facebook group just of like people in my neighborhood, because we have a lot of daycares around here. And so we can advertise, we can say, do any of you have openings? And we can help refer each other, which is really cool too. So it's really important to get your name out there, meet the other providers in your area so that you can refer each other and make some friends along the way. Some areas it might work really well to advertise in like the newspaper, or maybe a city bulletin or things like that, or maybe at the city website. If it has something like that, it's just worth checking out, or even calling your city hall and seeing, you know, where are good places to advertise my daycare. They might have something set up that you don't know about, especially if you're new. You may not know about those things, so I would just make a call and see what they would recommend. Friends and family are also great. Just let your friends and family know that you are starting a daycare or you have openings, and often they have friends who may be looking. So just spread the word, let them know. It can't hurt, you know, just to have people spreading word of mouth, and also let your daycare families know as well so that they can spread the word. A lot of times they don't know that you have an opening. And so it's important to let them know, and they can let other people know as well. And chances are, if you love that daycare family, whoever they refer, you'll also really love, if it's like a close friend. So it's like a win-win situation. Some cities have really big employers. For example, Rochester, Minnesota has Mayo Clinic, which is like one of the best hospitals in the world. And so big businesses like that need good daycare so their employees can go to work. So places like that sometimes have a referral system. I know Mayo does. And so I would call those companies and ask them if they have some kind of referral service or online posting system or even a bulletin board where you can go and post any openings. Often they really want to find people to refer, because if a family doesn't have daycare, the parents can't go to work. So it's important to try calling them, any big businesses in your local area, and see if they have any kind of referral system. Another thing I've seen people do is post signs outside their house so that anybody driving by in their neighborhood will see that they are a daycare, they have openings. Personally, this is not something I do. I don't really want everybody knowing I have a daycare in my home, just for liability and safety reasons, but it can be something that works. Or you could even just put the sign out when you have openings or things like that, just so people know. It's totally up to your discretion on if that's something you would want to do, but that can definitely work. Another idea is to go to community events. So things like, if there's a marketplace with vendors, you could be a vendor and just say, I have a daycare and I have these openings. Or go to like a community event, Easter egg hunt or a Halloween party, and just mingle and tell people you have openings. That can't really hurt. Or make friends and tell them that you have openings. And the more people you meet at things like this, the more you will be referred and people just know who you are, which is a win-win. And you can meet people in your community and make new friends, which is really cool as well. I've also heard from Tom Copeland, who I'd highly recommend you follow him. I'll leave a link to his website below. He's an expert on all like legal and tax, childcare related things, so he answers a lot of these questions as well. But he has given the tip of, at things like Halloween where kids are coming to your house, you could actually put like business cards attached to candy and put them in the child's bag when they're trick-or-treating. That way when they get home and they're looking through it, it says, oh, this daycare has openings, and often those are young children, so you can find families that way as well. Places like church and things like that, if you're involved in a church, let them know. I've had my church refer me, and I've made a lot of friends through church and had daycare families come from church because they have the same values, they know who I am, and they like that I go to church, so they wanted to enroll with me. So it's kind of like an easy way to meet people. You can also put up signs at local businesses, on their bulletin boards and things like that. If you have a childcare resource and referral, often they will already be referring people, but it never hurts to just call and let them know that you have openings and what your openings are for, so they can refer you first if parents call looking for care. And lastly, if you have any provider associations in your area or trainings that you go to often, make friends at those things. Let people know that you have openings and they can refer you as well. Often you will meet all different kinds of providers at these things. A lot of them will be full, and so they can refer you as well. Plus you can make friends. I just think that's so important. I don't really think of all this as networking, but it is, and it can be great, especially in that more isolating career, to find people in the same career, make friends. I've been so fortunate to make really awesome friends who are also providers. We can turn to each other and we understand the struggles and the benefits of being a provider. And so not only does it help for finding great families, but it can also help you stay in the business a long time, have people to talk to, so you don't burn out, and just to have a good time when you're not doing daycare. So those are some areas that you can advertise and find families to fill your openings. Let me know if you have any other suggestions in the comments, and if you have any other ideas for videos you would like me to film, any questions you have, any difficulties, any meals, any crafts, anything like that that you want to see from me, please leave suggestions in the comment section and I will be doing lots more of these videos. So I would love anything you guys want to see. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye guys.